Someone married a woman who now refused to submit to the ministry of the man and even desired to go back to the Catholic Church, her old church, that was what she was attending in the past, on the pressure of her family. What will you tell the man to do, because this affects the man's ministry and the big congregation that he's got at the moment?
Love should be the ultimate. Love should be paramount. If I were the husband of the lady, I will try to explain to her my position and how this will affect the church. But if she feels that she still needs to do what she needs to do, I will not force her to do something that is against her conscience, or I will not make her to do what she's not comfortable with, because I love her. When I decided to marry her, I gave her my word. It doesn't matter in good or in bad. I must still be faithful to love her and to care for her. So if she wants to go to that church, I will not like it. I will feel uncomfortable. It will pain me, but I will still be faithful to love her and give her the freedom to do what she wants to do. But the ultimate is, I didn't marry her to my church. I didn't marry her to my ministry. It's not my ministry that married her, and it's not the church that married her, not the church members. And I didn't marry her to grow my church as well. I didn't marry her to use her to keep the congregation coming. No, I married her because I love her. So I must explain that to the church, that, you know, she's my wife. She's my wife. She's not your wife of the church. She's not the bride of the church. She's my bride. Just like the church also is not my bride, it's not my wife, it's Christ's bride. So whatever my wife is doing, it's our own personal relationship at home with her. She prefers to go back to her old church. I love her too much to make her feel bad. If that's what she wants, I don't want to break her will. Even God will not break the will of another person. If God will not force you against your will, and God will not break your will, why should I do that? Just to make me happy? Then that talks about my egocentrism. That's selfishness on my way. I should not break the will and the wishes of another person so that I will feel happy, or talk less of my ministry being happy or being successful. Then I'll be abusing her, and I'll be using her to manipulating her to just keep my status quo. That is wickedness towards her. But if she doesn't want to go to that church, and it's only her parents and her relatives that are forcing her to go, then we have to stand together and make the family, know that she only has to do her own wish and her own will. If she wants to go, she will be able to go. But if she wants to stay, the family cannot force her to stay, to go. And so we have to stand together then and defend her and our wish, not the wish of the family.
Wow, a lot of men will find that hard to do, but but on that note,
I'm a man myself.
I mean, yes, but some men will find it really crazy that they will be attending, especially when they are the founders of the ministry, that the wife will be going to another church while they go to another church.
Yes.
They might not be comfortable with that.
Yeah, I will just explain to them that this is a peculiar situation. It's not the thing that you see every day. But I love the lady so much that I must not break her. I must not violate her, and I must honor her, and her desire to go to the church where she grew up. It's been part of her life for 20 years or 30 years, how old she is. And, it's not finding it difficult to switch to my church right now. But, we still love each other, and that's what matters.
Wow.
And I will be here for you as a pastor church.
Wow. From this case, actually, one of the things the man pointed out is that she wants to go back to her old church.
Yes.
Which means that she had actually joined him in the ministry.
Yes, and she didn't find herself there.
Yes. But what do you think could have been the reason? Do you think there's some things the man might not be doing? You've been through something like this in the beginning. So how were you able to? Because when you married your wife,
yes,
she was
my wife didn't want to marry a pastor, and my wife was really very adamant about not marrying a pastor. So, I convinced her that she's going to be a pastor with a difference, and that I would give her all the freedom to live, the kind of life she wanted to live. She said she was going to be a Christian, but she didn't just want to be a pastor's wife or get involved with all the pastor's wife duties. So I told her that, she will have her freedom, and that's what I tried to give her. But I still thought that since she was a Christian, that I expected her to be praying with me. And God corrected me on that one day. I think I spoke about that already, because I was waking up in the morning to pray. I used to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and pray till 5. You know, that was just torturous. That is almost wickedness, bordering by wickedness. And God rebuked me and said, you are the one I called, not her. And are you our Lord? I said, no. It's not your problem how she walks before me. She's walking before me. You don't even know how, if either she prays or she doesn't pray. I'm the one who died for her. I'm the one who redeemed her. Why should you control her and be making her to do what you want to do? You want to pray, wake up at 2 o'clock to pray, you pray. Leave her alone. If the Holy Spirit wants her to pray at that time, the Holy Spirit will minister to her. Or maybe she's praying when you are not even at home. Maybe she's even praying more than you. So God rebuked me, and I never forced my wife to pray with me since then, unless she wants to do it and unless we have a prayer request that we want to agree on. But so that was a lesson for me. But another thing is that for the next 4 years, I didn't force my wife to do anything in the church because she didn't want to have anything to do with it. But she was coming to church, then later on by herself, she went to join the choir, you know, then your home group, and then just casually she was moved to do it because she saw the positive influence of the church on my life and then on the life of people there.